Hola,
as he says in his videos on
guitarristas.info.
Guitarrista.info.
It's the Spanish website where we do reviews in Spanish, that's all.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do now?
We're on my channel, right? That's why we're wearing silly sweaters.
Yeah,
Look,
that's
this
it.
one isn't even applied correctly. We're looking at another Dwarfcraft Devices monstrosity. They go way out the box thinking-wise, and they give us things where they go, I don't know what you're going to do with it, but we'll trust you do something cool with it. Now, I don't know if I fully understand what the Ghost Fax does, but we'll play with the Ghost Fax right there. The Ghost Fax is quite the monstrosity of a pedal. I don't mean sound-wise, but if Leslie goes to the side camera, this is one high pedal compared to the Wizard of Pitch from Dwarfcraft. Look at this. The Wizard of Pitch could live in here. Don't quite understand why it has to be so big, but it is. What you have on the back is in and out 9 volt and expression input, which we're going to check out. And 9 volt is beautifully secured on the chassis. The build quality of all of these pedals is very, very good. So we already have that going for them. Now, technically, this is a phaser, but it says Ghost Fax, a phase computer, which on some settings is very apparent. We have volume, we have action, which let's get that down for now. We have mix, which should be clear what that does, but then again, it's a Dwarfcraft pedal, nothing is clear. We have feedback, which technically is the more, but then again, it's a Dwarfcraft pedal, what do we know? And then there's poles, which... I have a pole, he has a pole. Let's not make a penis joke here because, I mean, it's just, we shouldn't. We're talking about, with phasers, there's a 2-pole, 4-pole,
yeah,
and so on. So I'm so glad we didn't say penis.
You already said it.
No. Then this switch, which the switches are rather large. I know. Engages the expression pedal, which we'll look at again later. And then there are these 2 switches, which is kind of a weird interface because there's 4 modes. And both of them to the right, I think they see this more as a toy because why not just have a little click switch to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and it go through the 4 modes? No, both of them to the right is standard.
All right.
This is normal. Both of them to the left is envelope up, both of them to the right, no, to the outside is envelope down.
Okay.
So a little bit of a weird interface, but it emphasizes that this is to be used to play around with. It's not like, let's go to that preset, click, click, click. No, it's you're supposed to flick switches and be a crazy kind of mad scientist kind of a person.
Yeah, more enjoyable to experiment when you have so many things to move and turn on. It's, like toys, exactly.
Just for some fun, behind it, I have The Dark World by Chase Bliss. I don't know if we're going to use that. Right now, we're going into the Revv Dynamis. You're hearing it with the aux, and you're hearing it also mic'd with the cap from the Tone King, using a Lewitt MTP 440. So the clean sound with this Ibanez AZ is this. Obviously, you're going to an E7 because that's the most clean chord you can think of.
Yes. It's better now.
Much better. I'm just saying.
With the traditional G major.
There you go. Play. But it's not moving.
All right.
There isn't an LFO moving the phaser.
It's a bit like a filter, perhaps.
Well, because it's a phaser, but not a moving phaser.
All right.
So let's go through the poles for now. that's kind of what the action knob does. Let's see.
Wow. Do you like it?
I think this is a really cool sound with the reverb behind it. I can totally hear that being very useful in a song.
All right.
Not throughout the whole set, or not on the whole album. But what you just played, that's kind of cool. Say, turn that off again. Play again.
This is like a flanger.
There's some cool stuff that can happen here. So that's standard. What that means. If we go to manual. Wait, let's go back to standard because I can pause the action with the pause button. So go.
Okay.
Not stupid.
Not stupid at all.
Again, I don't know what the manual does.
I think this is especially for those who are very creative, twisting knobs, finding the spot where you get that weird sound that you want to lay down on your record.
Apparently, a lot of synth people love to send their analog synth through that.
Yeah.
Which would totally make sense. Let's go to the envelope up.
All right.
Play like funky stuff. We had that earlier with the Morgan, so we're going to go into the Morgan, which is slightly cranked, the Morgan AC20.
Not bad at all.
Not unusable.
It's that flavor of Ottawa.
Yeah, now we have envelope down.
I love that crackling sound that you.
That's when you go through the pause.
Ah, okay. Give it a try, Henning.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
I like it. This is cool.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't quite know exactly where or how I would use that, but that's not my concern. I'm having fun. That would be game show music somewhere.
Yeah.
More mix. Right? I don't know what to do with this, but it's kind of cool.
And you find some usable sounds there.
Let's plug in the expression pedal. I'm gonna go to manual. I don't know what it expresses. I'll turn it on. Whatever it's at right now is actually a cool sound. I have no idea. I think it's going through the pulse.
Yeah, I think so. Because it has that click. Easy to recognize. What's that, man? Let's go to church. They're calling.
I could play this for quite a while now and have fun.
Yeah.
What does it do in standard mode? I still don't quite know exactly what I'm doing. The Ghost Fax by Dwarfcraft devices makes sounds.
Does it sound like a Ghost Fax to you?
Totally. I had a Ghost Fax in '95. I sold it way too early. I really regret selling my Ghost Fax because it was the only way that I could communicate through paper with the netherworld. The thing is, all the ghosts went to email, and now a Ghost Fax is kind of not necessary anymore. So this is kind of an old technology. But it's some kind of a phase thing that makes sounds for crazy people.
Possibly I would try to spend an entire day trying each different mode just to know it better, just to go through the learning curve that this pedal probably has. And then I think you get a better idea of what you can do with it, because you can really get to some spatial soundscapes.
I think one of the ideas is also to just put it on the table, play with it, get some cool sounds, record them, and not make them recallable. Just record them, have that sound as a sample, and then continue. Send a synthesizer through that, record it, ban it into the computer, and then, set up something completely different. On a guitar pedal board, for some soundscapey things, I totally got the point. Also, not your always-on pedal, but it doesn't have to be. Dwarfcraft people, you're nuts, but in a good way.
Yeah, you're genius, actually.
Yep. So thanks for sending this over to CMS, Cotton Musical Supply, and Jürgen Kirchner. Thank you, Jürgen. It was fun to check out a whole bunch of Dwarfcraft devices, pedals. Try to type that really fast. Dwarfcraft devices, pedals. Because I had to. Thanks for checking that out. And of course, always in Spanish. Animales al final.
Muy bien.
Con queso. Animales con queso al final.